Here we go again. God.
What do y'all? This your girl Staj Craziness, and I'm coming to you, and you with another Word on the Street segment. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Also, make sure you go tap that tab right in the right hand corner, okay? So you can check out my previous video and get all the details with that, where Marlo was basically trying to say, hey, Kandi, you say you worldwide, you help people. Why you can't help me? Like, ma'am. Haven't I been trying to help you out enough before you try to talk about me like a dog? Talking about I be sleeping around and doing all this and doing all that. Like, girl, calm it down. Take 2 steps back, okay? Before I have to take 2 steps forward to check your ass, all right? But anyways, let me get off that because Marlo, she be doing the most. Now, we got that out the way, so definitely go check that video out. Now, with this whole thing at the restaurants, like, I don't know what Bravo got, because Kandi even said in her speak on it videos, like, they be cutting a lot of stuff out. And I think, too, just to create more chaos, because they know exactly what they're doing. And, you know, the ladies also said we can't talk about certain things about Marlo and her charges and stuff like that. But Marlo can do what she want to do, you know, showing favoritism or whatever. But to me, they all in cahoots as far as the production. They know exactly what they doing. Real Housewives of Atlanta star Kandi Burruss and Marlo, we already know they're not on good terms. Marlo had been very critical on Kandi since she secured her peach. She even told Carlos that her plan was to keep applying that pressure on Kandi because she's been coasting too much on the show and not showing enough of her life. And I'm like, damn, she has. Well, her family just show it all. Okay, with Mama Joyce, Todd, cousin, all them, they ready to play on TV for the 15 minutes. All right. So regardless, Marlo said she didn't owe Kandi any loyalty for backing her up on her transition to becoming a main cast member. So she's been having plenty to say about Kandi in these late episodes of Real Housewives of Atlanta. She accused Kandi of not doing enough when her nephew a couple of years ago. So this is why she supposedly was triggered when Drew was like the incident, and Marlo was like, just go ahead and say like it happened in her restaurant. It wasn't just an incident. Like, y'all, I always gotta hide. Can't do nothing with my Kandi. We can't talk about this. We can't talk about that. But allegedly, we can't talk about none of your stuff in your past, ma'am. Anyways, bring it on back. Bring it on back. But listen to what Miss Kandi Burruss had to say about Miss Marlo and this trying to make this whole story, her family drama, her family tragedy, trying to make it a storyline and then entwining it with Kandi. Damn, really, Marlo? Roll the audio.
I was told like she was trying to say that the person who her nephew was worked at Old Lady Gang or something like that, and that is why she was triggered with our conversation when Drew didn't mention, which I was like, wait, what? Because first of all, the person never worked at Old Lady Gang, to be clear. Her nephew did work at Old Lady Gang for a short period of time. During the pandemic, to be clear. Oh, Lord. So, just to be clear, we hired her nephew November 19, 2019. I did meet him because we have an annual Christmas party for our staff in December. So I did meet him then at the Christmas party. I didn't really see him that much after that because the pandemic started in March, in which we were shut down. I also, right after the Christmas party, I went to LA for a few months, well, for like 2 months, to do The Masked Singer, as you all know. I wasn't even in Atlanta. I wasn't around her nephew. I did not see him. So after that Christmas party, I didn't see him no more. And then when I did get back home, Atlanta was shut down for the pandemic. So from March, and we didn't open back up until mid-May. He did come back and work for us in June. July, he left again. I'm just telling you, those are real dates. You know, I always come with facts and receipts. Did I know her nephew well? No, I did not. When people come to work at a restaurant, I don't really know what's going on in their life. A lot of people that we've employed hundreds, well, maybe 1,000 people through all the different restaurants at this point. Do I know what happens in all of their lives? No, especially during that time. I was trying not to be in the restaurant that much during that time. When somebody starts working with us, I don't know what's going on in their life. And I saw she tried to lead you to believe something different with her text, that like I just didn't care, which was not true. Pause the TV if you don't believe. But actually, we're going to put the text up for you guys on the screen so you can read it real good for yourself. She said to me, Kandi Hams, with the exclamation, Kandi Hams, did you have a guy named working for you at Old Lady Gang? This is August 13th, 2020. I said, I can't remember. I will check. She said, please do. I wrote her back, yes, but he doesn't work there anymore. I wasn't dismissing her nephew. I didn't even know it was her nephew when she first said it. I'm just saying, yes, but he doesn't work there anymore. Then she writes back, wow, that was my nephew. He got last night. I said, oh, really? What? With a whole bunch of question marks and exclamations. I was like, how? She said his mom just said he worked there. And then she writes back, roommate him twice. I said, damn, I'm sorry to hear that. What would you have said? I did say I was sorry to hear that, but at the end of the day, he wasn't working for us anymore. I didn't really know him I didn't even really know him by name, to be honest with you. When she said that, I was just like, oh, okay, I'm sorry to hear that. And that was that. A couple of days later, before the funeral, might I add, because I saw they put the funeral thing on the screen. The funeral's on the 20th, but on the 18th, she texts me to ask me to check out, to join her on Cameo, which I don't know, a lot of you may already know. Cameo is an app where, celebrities you can make videos or messages for you, and, people pay for that, right? But basically, we get people to sign up under us, and we get a percentage of that person's fee. So she's texting me trying to get me to join under her on Cameo. That was her next conversation with me after our last, which was about, finding out that her nephew. My point is, she's acting this year in 2023 like she was so distraught and so upset with me about me not sending flowers to her. When me and her have been talking, chit-chatting up, doing all kind of things since we had the conversation about losing her nephew. I didn't even know nothing. Even when they showed the clip of her telling me about it, when they said footage that had never been shown, even in that, she never mentioned anything about the people working at Old Lady Gang or meet. She never mentioned anything about him meeting somebody at Old Lady Gang, and then they having something to do with his. Because that is not true. The person who killed him, I went researching. Now I done pulled it up. I had done one to pull it up because I was like, why is she telling this story now? And she's never told me this story before. I've never heard anything about her saying anything about that person being somebody that he met at Old Lady Gang. Cause she didn't say it. They showed the clip. Now all of a sudden, years later, she's making it seem like the person who, I hate to say that, but yes, the person that, she's trying to attach that person to me some kind of way. And I thought that was very foul of her. But if you're going to hate on my business, can it be about some legit stuff? Like, don't go making up something. Don't go making up that the person that worked at my restaurant was your nephew. Don't do that. Don't do that. Like, that's not cool. You never said that to me years ago when you tried to, when you claimed that you told me about the story. All of a sudden, and mind you, the stuff that happened with my cousin Melvin, that happened at Blaze. That was not an old lady gang. So I don't even know how old lady gang keep coming up in this conversation.
So y'all heard Kandi Yams. Kandi was like, no, cap, flag on play. That's not what it is, and it ain't gonna be what it ain't. So she's debunking all her allegations that Miss Marlo is throwing her way. And she also went to say how she feels that Marlo is a horrible person. Like she says, I think it's horrible of you to use your family's trauma from 2-3 years ago now to bring it up on this show to give yourself a storyline. Because in actuality, if Marlo wasn't trying to, do this or create a beef with Kandi and Kenya, what would she have? Because she really don't. I mean, she showed her dynamic with the nephews, and then she said what she said about, she had to throw them out because they were just getting on her nerves. They were just doing too much. I can't do this. I'm not a parent. I'm just, for the time being, trying to hold it down for my sister while she doing what she got to do to get herself right. Understandable, but the way you said it, it was just like, no, because mamas all around the world, they want to take breaks and they can't. But y'all just tell me your thoughts on this in the comment section below, and I will see you on the next Word on the Street.